man. Heyo, guys, girls, and everyone in between. This is Rebellious Pastry here. Do you have an intro?
No, I don't have a presence. Although I kind of wish I had spent some of this pre-stream time asking you about like the logistics of how you set up the stream because I'm kind of interested by that.
Well, you are in luck because there could be a reverse episode of how does one hobby interview show on streaming in the future.
Have a behind the scenes show.
Streaming is considered a hobby, so it would work. But yeah.
You have a great point.
Anyways, because I know that you're going to answer this in like a different way, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, what's the name that you want me to call you on stream?
Hat or hat slippers, I guess, works for me.
Yeah. So hat slippers. I tend to call you the whole thing.
Again, it's not a super long name, so like whichever is more convenient for you.
Yeah. Most people just call me Pastry.
Exactly. Same with calling Taz, saying the whole thing is long and feels very formal.
Oh man. Anyways, so hat slippers, what is your pronouns?
He, him.
Alrighty. And then so what is your social media? So this is basically for if you have like a YouTube channel that you go ahead and go with.
None that I'm actively building a presence on, and I don't really feel like your audience needs to see my school projects, which are about the only thing I have on YouTube.
They might have nice things to say about them.
Yeah, I specifically don't want them to see them, though, because I don't like opening myself up to judgments.
I mean, that's fair enough. They'd probably be very sweet to you.
Maybe in a couple of years, once I've filled it with more...
Years.
What's the word I'm looking for? More sophisticated projects.
Yeah. And then for my Dota batch, please feel free to go ahead and leave any questions you have for... Wait, no. I should go ahead and... Oh, man. It's been a few weeks since I've done one of these shows. Anyways,
yeah.
So what is your hobby?
I like going for long walks.
Alrighty, so, to my donut batch, if you guys have any questions that you have for hat slippers about walking, at any time, please ask them, but I'm gonna go ahead and save all of the, questions for me to read out at the end. So if you have a, question for the show, please go ahead and either do @RebelliousPastry or the YouTube @RebelliousPastry, or go ahead and put a donut emoji to go ahead and tell me that you're talking to us, not each other, because I don't want to accidentally read a question that's in the middle of a conversation. Anyways, how long have you been doing this?
So, like, I've been walking for a very long time. Like, since, like, kindergarten, I walked to school. It was, like, half a mile or something.
You walked to school a half a mile?
Yeah, it was, like, half a mile to a mile. Not very far here. Actually, I kind of want to pull up Google Maps to see exactly how far it is, because I'm a huge nerd for that kind of stuff. So, just give me 2 seconds. Have to make sure to not read my address aloud as I'm typing it in like I normally do. 1.1 miles.
I tend to say stuff aloud while typing too, so you know.
Yeah. So I've not doxed myself, but from my house to my elementary school, K through 8th, it's 1.1 miles. So like I did that walk for most of my schooling years, and then freshman year of high school, sophomore year of high school, I walked, unless it was like super rainy or cold. And then I started walking for fun in COVID after like you get locked down and don't go outside. I was like, Jesus Christ, I am so bored. I need to see the world. So I just started going on long walks.
I mean, walking was one of the ways to go outside during COVID. So
exactly, like I was so ungodly bored. I wanted to go outside. I had run out of things to do inside, so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to walk.
You want to know
and then
what
I did
during COVID? I learned how to animate. Wow, what a concept.
Why would you do that in your own time for free when you could just pay professors lots of money to teach you instead?
I don't know, man. I like to self-teach sometimes. But anyways.
No, I was just joking at you. But yeah, it was during COVID is when I got in for fun. And I started with the Critical Role podcast for D&D and then kind of transitioned into a football podcast as I was getting back into football at the same time.
Fair enough. All right, so I literally had to trudge through like 1.5 feet of snow to walk to my job in this within the last week, so man.
Yeah, trust me. I've not been walking in the past week when it's 10 degrees. It's so cold. I am not a fan.
Let's just say that I literally stepped through a snow drift that was basically as tall as my crotch.
Listen, I've been granted I haven't had the snow, so I don't have it as bad as you. 5'2". Listen, again, also I don't have snow here. It's just cold.
Yeah.
But I do walk to campus all the time because that is where my classes are.
Yeah. Anyways, oh man. I just wanted to mention that since it ties into the show.
Yes. Shouts out my Tuesday, Thursday class for screwing me by being placed in the one building that is on the complete opposite, far corner of campus from my apartment.
Fun.
Very torturous. Very torturous.
I do find it funny how you're complaining about your hobby on the hobby interview show.
Listen, it's different when I'm walking for fun listening to podcasts and it's like a brisk 50 degrees. I got a hoodie on. I'm enjoying life. I stop by Starbucks, get myself a Frappuccino. Life is good.
You wear a hoodie at 50 degrees?
If you're walking, yeah.
Bro, that's my t-shirt weather.
See, because you're a psycho from up north. But the point is, that's different from 5 degrees feels like -5, trudging to class at 9 o'clock in the morning, which isn't that early, but I like sleeping in late. It's different when it's mid-afternoon and I'm choosing to go out and about, as opposed to slowly marching to my doom.
Fair enough.
Especially when I wake up and it's cold and I'm like, please cancel class, and then they don't, and I'm like, god damn it, guys.
Well, here's the thing.
It's so cold.
Here's the thing. I literally walked in whiteout conditions today and they didn't cancel shit.
Again, north. They don't cancel stuff for cold up there.
North, yeah. Anyways, no, I'm in the wild, wild west. Anyways.
Actually, looking at the map right now, I really don't think you're that much further north than me.
Anyways, you can say my state because I've said that on the channel so many times before.
Am I allowed to say a random town and pretend like that's the one you're in?
Just say a random ass mountain town.
Listen, I'm not saying that if you go to...
Hello?
Vilgreen, Colorado, you'll find pastry, but I'm not saying that if you go to Vilgreen, Colorado, you'll find pastry.
Alrighty. Anyways, man. Let's reel it back in a little bit.
The nervous laughter makes me think I was close.
No, not really. I'm just man, I'm just thinking about
Listen, you give me freedom, I'll go off topic.
Okay. Yeah, it's just thinking about how off topic am I okay with people going. Anyways.
Apologies, continue.
So, how did you find walking as a hobby? I think you already tied it into how how long you've been doing this. People
Sort of.
people tend
Sorry,
to tie
finish your question.
people tend to go ahead and tie those two questions together, but I like to ask them separately just in case people's answer for both of the questions are different.
Yeah, it kind of tied into my love of podcasts and my social anxiety and not joy of going to the gym. Like, I love listening to podcasts, big fan, but like, it's not very fun to just like sit on a couch and listen to a podcast. It's a lot more fun to go out and walk and listen to a podcast. And if I'm walking like for 2 hours, 5 days a week, then I don't have to, like, that's good cardio and I can stay relatively fit and I don't have to like go to a gym to work out where scary people can judge me.
The irony of you being on a podcast right now is
Listen, I love
real.
podcasts.
Is real. This is just
It's my jam.
This is straight up irony right here. Anyways, man.
Podcasting is my stuff.
Anyways, how did you wait, I already asked that question. Let's see here. Why are you interested in it / why do you do it?
I'm interested / why do I do it? I mean, I've been doing it for ages, and I just think it's a mix of being fun and practical. Like, I'd occasionally, like, in elementary school, have, like, bring friends home, and, like, we would walk home, and, like, I'm 10 unfazed, and, like, they haven't walked more than 5 blocks in their life, so, like, they're exhausted by the time we get there, and I'm like, really, guys?
Oh, man, 5 blocks in your life. That's funny.
Listen, Pastry, you don't get it. People don't walk very far.
You know, I mean, if
I outdistance everyone, both in terms of the fact that I can walk very far, as well as the fact I walk very quickly. I always am in a hurry. As my hobby is leisurely walking, I do not go at a leisurely pace.
Oh man, like you're just booking it during your leisurely walk, just like
Think like businessman late for an important meeting. That's about how I move all the time.
Yeah, oh man. If we walked together, I'd probably get lost.
I'd have to slow down significantly.
Yeah, oh man. I'd be like, hot slippers, where are you going?
I'd be a lot of standing still waiting, which I do because we're friends. But god damn it, everyone else is so slow, Pastry. You don't get it. It's so slow.
Well,
but I do it because it's fun and it gets me outside.
Well, I have 2 major speed buffs, so there's that.
You know what that sounds like, Pastry? A U-Pro.
Oh man, fair enough. How is being 5'2" a me problem? I didn't choose this.
Seems like a quitter's mentality. Have you tried pulling yourself up by your bootstraps to make you taller?
Oh man. Anyways, I love kidding like that, man. Anyways, how much does it cost?
So that's the great thing. A grand total of $0.00. It actually comes free with being a human person. You are all born, well, not born with the ability, but you learn it at some point in your life. So anyone could go out and start walking. I
want to go ahead and put a disclaimer. Not everyone is born with legs.
That is true, but I mean, humans evolved with legs that can walk. So, like, some people obviously born without legs, very unfortunate. You can still go for walks even if you're in a wheelchair.
Fair enough.
I'm down. I always recommend walking, but caveats is I do prefer walking with clothes and shoes, so that'll rack you up a little bit of money depending on what kind of designer brands you're looking at. I also like to have a phone with a service plan, so that's a little bit more money, as well as earbuds. Wireless or wired doesn't particularly matter, but I prefer wireless. It's just a little bit more convenient so that I can have my podcast going.
Sorry,
Get all my football knowledge.
oh man, sorry. I was just laughing because you were like, I prefer to walk with clothes on.
I thought you'd enjoy that one.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so on average, so like when I mentioned to you this before the stream, the only thing specifically that I asked for you to go ahead and like put a price on specifically was your shoes. But if you want to go for how much your shirt and pants cost, I'm not gonna judge.
I have no idea how much any of these clothes cost because I feel like I got all of them as presents at some point from my parents or grandparents. The shoes specifically that I have are like just some random white Adidas, and I want to say they cost like $20 because my mom got them on huge sale.
I could never go ahead and wear white shoes for the life of me. Personally.
Listen, it was not my first choice, but they were dirt cheap and are unfortunately incredibly comfortable. So
fair enough.
We just got to tough it out for like 6 months until I inevitably shred them, which I do with all of my shoes and socks.
Yeah. Oh man. With socks, you would never go ahead and you wouldn't last a day in women's socks. They're so easy to shred.
Absolutely not. As well as they're way too tiny, and, well, I guess women's socks can also have fun designs. I'm a big fan of the fun socks with things on them.
Yeah, I have a pair of rainbow socks.
I'm in Christmas socks. They have Santa hats.
I'm just in your, like, basic male's socks right now.
I used to wear those a lot more, but I got them mixed up with my brother's socks when I lived at home.
Yeah, there's a reason of why I don't get white socks. Because my dad wears white socks. So I buy black socks.
Yeah, very smart. Try to do that, did not work.
And I'm also, like, dodging the brand he buys because I don't want to get mine mixed up with his.
Yeah, don't wanna get them poached.
Yeah, I think what would happen would be I would steal his socks, and then he'd wonder where all his socks went.
Listen, you need them more.
Oh, man. Anyways.
You're a grown lad who needs socks.
Yeah. Anyways, so, I'm gonna look up how much Adidas costs on average.
I don't know, I want to say like $60, normal shoe price.
I still need to get men's shoes. I have Doc Martens, but they're hard to get on. All right, so 70. We're going to go with 65 to 70.
That seems about right for general men's sneakers.
And then,
which, shoe shopping, by the way, one of my least favorite kinds of shopping, which I already don't like shopping, but I especially hate shoe shopping.
That's kind of a shocker because you like to walk, but yet you do not like to shop for shoes.
Listen, shoes are purely a tool for me. Some people are huge sneakerheads, big fan of the fashion element, the brand, do not care. If they are comfy, I like them. That's how I feel about shoes. I hate shoe shopping. It's not fun. So boring. Oh my god. It's my absolute least favorite thing in the world.
I tend to go ahead and let's see here. I tend to go with New Balance in general.
Oh, they have good stuff. I've had a couple of pairs of New Balances in my time.
Yeah. Let's see here. And then, is it one cost or something you keep on paying for?
Kind of both, because the shoe is something you you have to keep spending money on forever and ever until you die. But once you buy the pair of shoes, it's yours until it's destroyed. So
All right.
a little bit of both. The actual physical walking you can do infinitely as long as you have food and water, theoretically.
Alrighty.
And some rest. Probably some sleep.
I'm not gonna ask you how much it is to buy a hamburger and a bed. Anyways,
you don't even need to buy a bed. Just get like a nice mound of dirt, throw some leaves on it, you're good to go.
You think that's a bed?
It is if you're stranded in the wilderness.
Fair enough. And
get stuck up in the Yukon.
Fair enough. Like I've literally slept in shelters that I've made myself before.
Sounds fun. Actually, it doesn't. Sleeping in the cold sucks. The insulation on this window is super busted. It's been so cold the past 2 nights.
Oh no. I like sleeping in the cold.
Well, so do I, but there's a difference between, like, an ideal sleeping cold and, like, just freezing.
Oh, man. Let's just say freezing is an extremely low number for me.
I assume it's, like, actual freezing.
Probably lower. I am...
Jesus Christ.
I am just...
You are an insane person, Pastry.
Yeah, I am. Why do you
Truly
think I have a
built
YouTube?
different.
Why do you think I have a YouTube? If I was normal, then I wouldn't have enough. I wouldn't have enough.
You know what? You make a great point. Shouts out my younger brother when he was like 9 and went through his YouTube phase. I'm not going to drop the channel at because he'd be mad at me, but I like to make fun of him for it sometimes.
Wow, you make fun of him for being on YouTube when you are currently on YouTube.
Listen, it was like 2016 era bottle flipping stuff. I'm allowed to make fun of him for it. Plus, I'm his older brother, and like that's the most I make fun of him for it. I feel like I'm an objectively great older brother.
Imagine if one day he finds this. Your older brother, or your younger brother finds this.
I feel like the odds of that are incredibly low, but if he does, hi.
You could go ahead and share this with him if you would dare.
I do not dare.
Oh man, anyways, oh man. And then do you make money off of it?
No, I lose money at a quite substantial rate, in fact, mostly because I often will buy Starbucks when I go out for walks, and that does cost money.
Fair enough. I could argue for myself that I do make money off of walking due to the places I walk.
Kind of, but like, you're walking to a job, and the job is what makes you money. The walking isn't really what makes you money.
But I kinda have to walk to get there.
You do, but you wouldn't be making, if you were biking, you wouldn't say you were making money by biking, or if you took the bus, you wouldn't say you were making money taking the bus.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to go ahead and
relate to the guest.
Yeah, I guess. And I'm just trying to get as much mileage out of these questions as possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to give you as long of answers as I can.
Fair enough. And then, do you have plans to make money off of it?
Not particularly, no. I mean, if I could get paid for walking, that would be super, super cool, but as far as I know, that is not a thing that exists yet.
Fair enough. I mean, you could go ahead and try out products relating to walking. like shoes.
If you've got any job offers for shoes that like for shoe companies paying me to go ahead and like get paid for trying out shoes, I will happily take that job.
Yeah.
You know what? No, that's a lie. My backup career, if media production doesn't work out, is mail carrier.
Mail carrier?
Yes. So I can just walk all the time.
Wait, they make mail trucks for a reason though.
Yeah, but like you drive to a block and then you walk around the block delivering stuff.
Fun fact. Mail trucks are built the British way, meaning the driver is on the opposite side of the car.
That's very weird.
But then again, think about where the mailboxes are in a relationship to the road.
I guess.
But yeah,
That's my only plan on making money off the walking.
Fair enough. Then again, you could say walking to your job.
I could, but I choose not to.
And then, let's see here. Now this is the question I've literally laughed out loud to myself and probably you with, but, oh, yeah, I've definitely made fun of this question in front of you before, but how many hours a week do you typically spend on walking?
Okay, so this is a very complicated question, because it depends on the time of year. Like, during the summer, when I was unemployed and at home...
On average, but yeah.
I'm gonna give you for summer and then for in school. For summer, it's like, let's say, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then, yeah, let's say like 10 hours a week during the summer, and then during the school year, God, it's probably like 45 minutes, 5 days a week, and then maybe like an hour on the weekends. So let's pull up the calculator here.
That's the first time I heard people actually pulling up a calculator for this question.
Listen, I take this interview very seriously. So probably like 5 hours a week during the school year, 10 hours during the summer.
That sounds about accurate. Does this include walking?
When I am unemployed.
From class
yes, the during the school years does factor into the classes, the walking to the classes that I do.
I'm almost always employed, so. Anyway,
I'm gonna try DoorDashing so I can not be broke as balls.
Oh man.
Let's see, how far is it from my apartment to the CCM building? Almost a mile. It's like 20 minutes.
20 minutes? For a mile?
That's to my closest one.
No, I'm just...
0.9 miles.
I'm just saying how, like, 0.9, yeah. I feel like it would take me more than 20 minutes to walk that.
I feel like it's an average. Like, I feel like I do it in, like, 15.
Okay. But, yeah, and then, the next question is kind of a joke, too. All of them are technically a joke, but, how easy is it to have other hobbies?
Very. I literally combine walking with football all of the time, because I listen to football podcasts constantly while I walk. I almost never walk without them, just because, I don't know, my thoughts are scary and I don't like to be alone with them, so I'd much rather just have people tell me about fantasy football instead.
That's fair enough. That is, yeah, yeah. Anyways, and then is it a social hobby?
Yes and no. It isn't usually for me, but that's just because, like, I don't really have anyone to go walking with. Like, if I have, like, if there's I've brought a friend with me on my normal routes. So, like, if people want to, come with me, like they're welcome to. So it sort of just depends on the moment. Normally, it's kind of like my alone time, where like I get to go on my walks and be by myself and listen to my podcast. But like I can also walk around with a friend and pop in some shops and stuff like that.
Fair enough. Is your friend like huffing and puffing by the end, or no?
Last person I walked with, she's fairly fit, so she did all right. Although she's shorter than me and slower, so like I slowed my normal pace just because whatchamacallit, I walk abnormally fast, like a weird little freak.
Man, I have so many speed buffs now that I think about it. Jeez.
So like things that make you faster?
Or slower. Fuck. Nerf. Sorry. Nerf.
Okay.
Why did I get those confused?
Because you're not a capital G gamer, Pastry.
I used to be a gamer before I did this.
What games?
We're not gonna get into it because it's not what this show is about, but if we ever do a random work stream together, I'll go ahead and answer that then.
Can I propose a counteroffer?
What? A counteroffer to this hobby interview show?
Yes, if we run out of material with walking, which I know is very exciting and the fans love, but if we run out of material, we talk about your gaming past.
Fair. If we absolutely have nothing else to do, sure.
Fine.
Anyways.
All right, I'll take it.
Meaning, I'm going to run your ass out of time with walking, and you're going to deal with it.
Okay, so you definitely played League.
No. Oh my god.
And look up cringiest Genshin Impact.
No.
Games virgins love.
Bro. Oh man. Why you gotta bring my aceness into this? Why you gotta bring my asexuality into the games I play?
Listen, I use virgin in like the loser like colloquialism.
Yeah.
Think like big neck beard. Don't look at my unshaven neck. That's not important. I gotta fix that. But this is about you playing Overwatch, Pastry.
I've never played. Anyways.
Well, unfortunately, there's no reason to start because Overwatch 2 is hot garbage.
Anyways.
Next question.
Let's see here. I'm gonna skip the how easy is it to work with others because with this specific hobby, it is just me asking the previous question over again. So how has walking...
Pretty easy unless they're weak and slow, and then it's hard.
Oh man. How has walking helped you?
It's made me fitter, and oh my god, I bumped my mic. It's made me fitter. It's kept my mental health good during pandemic life. So walking all the time, great cardio. The most effective form of exercise, the science says. Like gets the most of the body, makes you live longer, stuff like that. So it keeps me in shape, keeps me fit. Keeps me happy going outside, good for the brain. As much as like when people post on the internet like, oh, depressed, just go outside. Like, God, it really does help. Like it was so cold and like I went like 4 days, didn't leave the house over the long weekend, and I went out on like Sunday or something, and that really did help. Like made me a lot happier. So keeps the mental health good in a good place, keeps the physical health good, just kind of benefits all of my health, keeps me happy, and it gives me time, most importantly, to listen to my podcasts, which is of the utmost importance.
That's fair enough. Yeah. Oh man. I feel like you just slammed the stereotypical animator right there without even trying.
Listen. I don't want to slam people who don't touch grass, but also like just a couple of times a week, just like 10 minutes, go outside, feel the sunshine. It really does help.
Well, here's the thing: I cannot touch grass right now.
Listen, okay, it's a euphemism. I know it's all covered in snow. The grass is not the main thing. It's the sunshine. The sunshine is the real key here. Like, get some of that vitamin D, get some sun. It helps. Really does.
Yeah.
It is goated with sauce, as the kids say.
With sauce. Oh man. I do.
It's how you say based.
I don't like the new. I do not like the new slang lingo. It's stupid. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's real bad. May I introduce you to the concept of the skibidi toilet pastry?
Oh my god.
All right, next question.
Oh my god. Well, here's the thing. Skibidi means bad. So all of the
You know what? Did not know that.
All of the new lingo these days is so skibidi.
Pastry.
What?
Tell the users to cover their ears. I have a question.
You know that you could go ahead and just type it out to me. The question. If you don't want the viewers to...
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to spell things.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm still trying to figure out how to spell shit too.
Ignore the slash. I can't type.
What did you think?
This is what I wanted to ask.
Sorry. I'm just like...
Oh, I should have specified, like, slash mostly yay.
Anyways, what are the downsides to walking?
Hurts and you get exposed to the elements. When it's hot as balls, my god, it is hot as balls, and you will sweat and get sunburned, and it sucks. When it is cold, you will freeze your ass off and get frostbite and hypothermia and die, and it sucks. And also, your legs hurt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not really. You have to try.
Continue. It's your show.
I was just gonna say, you have to try really hard to get, like, hypothermia. Like, if you just bundle up when it's cold, like, you're fine. But that's the elements is the,
But
the elements are the main issue is that, like, if it's bad weather, you're kind of screwed. Although I, for one, am an enthusiast of the rainy walks. I go hard with those.
I'd rather walk when it's snowing than raining.
But see, you slap on the raincoat, you get your umbrella, listen to the nice tranquil sounds of bubba-da. Great. But weather's the biggest downside, and when your legs hurt, like, sometimes you push yourself too far, and it's like, biscuits, I am not a fan of that stuff. It's like, oh boy. Like, I'll be walking like 10 miles and I'll be like, my legs hurt.
When I walked to class, when I've walked to class, which is technically, I would say, IRL obligations for the show, but like, I literally had like my hoodie almost be like completely covered in snow today.
I mean, does not sound fun.
I
I thought just
mean,
like the
I'd rather that than a sunburn.
that is true. I don't know. I hate them both.
Yeah. Um. And then this is you've already answered this, but this is a part of the questions. This is most of the. This is This is like. So, would you recommend walking to others?
Yes, it's good for you. Go outside.
Oh,
Touch grass. It's all good. No downsides.
you said
Plus,
you
if you've
you just said the downsides, dude.
those downsides don't count and were brought up as lies from the fake news media. Also, walking educational. You can listen to a true crime podcast and learn more about government conspiracies.
Or you could listen to my dumbass voice in these episodes.
That's true, but as far as I know, you can't download those, and it uses way more data to stream YouTube than it does to stream downloaded Spotify videos. So until you drop on Spotify, Pastry, I will only be watching you from the comfort of my own home.
Alright, that's a good idea. Anyways, so that is it for the pre-sanctioned questions, and I'm going to just think of my own questions now. So how long is your usual route?
At home, I have a few different ones. One is like through.
Let me go ahead and ask this. Do they all include a Starbucks?
No, only one of them includes a. Only one of them at home includes a Starbucks.
Oh shoot!
That one.
I should have had you go ahead and include the cost of the Starbucks in the how much does it cost to walk, because that's what you're doing.
A large mocha cookie crumble frappuccino is like way too expensive. It's a freaking ripoff, but you know I will be purchasing it anyways. So, that's just kind of how we roll here.
Yeah.
But it's like $8 or something. Okay, hang on. The Starbucks route is like something like that. Roughly. The Starbucks route is like 5-ish miles. The one through the park is like 4 miles. I've got a shorter 5K route. I have like a really long 10-mile route I can take if I want to.
Wait, a 10-mile route? Oh, wow.
I think it's roughly 10. It's like 8 to 10-ish. So there's like a giant small airport near my house. So what I'll do is like go. There's like a little bike path up a road. It like loops around the airport. So I loop around the airport, and then I go past like a golf course, and then enter the park that is like my 4-mile park. So then like I loop all the way around a airport, like a little small airfield, and then go through the park and then come home. So that's my longest route. It takes me like 4 hours or something. And I think it's like 8 to 10 miles or something like that.
4 hours? Does that include breaks?
Kind of. Like occasionally I'll pop on a bench 10 minutes or so, give myself a rest.
Fair enough.
Watch some TikToks.
I feel like that would take way longer if you were playing Pokemon Go, though.
Yeah, I've tried to get back into Pokemon Go, but I'm real bad at catching the Pokemons.
What team color are you?
Obviously Mystic, and if you're not Team Mystic, I'm gonna beat you up.
I'm Team Mystic.
Let's freaking go, bro.
Did you know that Blanche is non-binary?
I had no idea that was the case.
What gender did you think they were?
I don't know. I really didn't think about it that much. I was just like, I want the blue team because that's what my sister and her boyfriend at the time were, and I was like, I'm repping with you guys.
Yeah, that's the same with me and my dad. But yeah,
Then I beat up any of my friends who were weird and dumb, like Team Instinct.
Is that yellow? Yeah, that's yellow.
Yeah, Instinct is the yellow one, and I don't know what the red one is. No one cares about those guys.
Valor
We hate
is
Valor.
red.
Those guys suck.
But yeah, so how long do you think you would walk if you didn't have your phone?
Probably not as long. Maybe like half an hour or so.
Fair enough. Do you ever like?
I don't know what that distance that translates into. Maybe like mile and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on if you're talking about a pastry time or if you're talking about slippers time.
I generally go with my own time, which is on the faster end of the spectrum.
Not the whole short trans mail ish thing. I don't know if I'm the short trans mask time frame.
Believe it or not, no.
The short trans mask.
Something about being a taller and cis male who's been walking for years lets me move kind of quickly.
Also, the reason why I'm saying trans male is because like we have these like garments that we wear that like makes it so that we need more time to catch our breath with everything. But yeah, anyways,
one of the aforementioned nerfs.
How about your other? How about your Let's see. How about your other routes?
Yeah. So there's like longest one, which I'll call Bowman Field route. That's the one around the small airport. Then there's the park route, which is just kind of like a big loop near my house where I'll just kind of walk like a few blocks and then pop into the park, do a big few mile loop, and then walk home. And then there's the Starbucks route, which is either like into the park and then out of the park and along a busy street until I get to the Starbucks. Or I'll just go straight up the busy street near my house to the Starbucks and straight back. It's a little ways up, like I said, a couple miles. Or I'll do the 5K route, which is like I go a little ways into the park and then I cut out and leave early and leave the big loop early and come back towards my house.
Fair enough.
So we've got.
And then how about your school loop?
School loop. There is a little park near campus that I will generally kind of loop around. So I'll just sort of head towards campus and then the other side, and I'll just kind of do one or two loops of this small park on the outer edge. Occasionally I'll pop off to a side street and snap some Grater's ice cream or something like that, or like I'll cut through the park if I want to make it shorter or something like that. And then that's a solid walk for me, especially from my apartment, which is on the far side of campus from the park. So it's a little bit longer now than when I lived on campus as a freshman and just kind of hopped straight out, went down campus to the park, as now I have to like cross all the way across campus from a couple of blocks away.
Oh no.
So that's my main route here. It's not quite as sophisticated as back home because I haven't lived here for nearly as long.
Fair enough. So does that one include a Starbucks?
No, usually Starbucks is part of my. Well, it's very inconvenient because let me complain to you, Bayer Pastries. So,
and the entire.
There used to be, yes, and all the badge. So, in the building where I have most of my classes, there used to be a Starbucks. So, like, oftentimes, I'd like right before, like, in between classes or like after my class, I'd pop up, grab a Starbucks, head home, or like kind of chill with a Starbucks until my next class started. But they have removed that to replace it with some local shop, which I know it's actually good. It's called the 86. I've never had it, but supposedly it's good. The only reason I'm annoyed is because I have a bunch of Starbucks gift cards. So now I can't use those at the parking garage. It's like at the Starbucks that's directly in the building I'm in, so that's a lot more inconvenient. So now I'd have to go to like either the library or the uh, business building to get my Starbucks fix.
Wait, your business building has a Starbucks in it?
Yeah, Linder
Interesting.
has a Starbucks in it.
Interesting. Yeah, anyways, have you considered trying the local shops?
I have. I haven't yet, just because I am unemployed and trying to save money, and I currently have an large quantity of Starbucks gift cards, so I can get that for basically free. Whereas I'd have to like use currency to get coffee from the 86. Although I would like to try it at some point. I hear good thing, or at least
Yeah,
it looks good.
that's good. I just don't really think of like coffee when like I'm near coffee shops because of what times my shifts start, but you know.
Yeah. And full transparency, do not drink coffee. I get exclusively frappuccinos.
Frappuccinos are coffee, just barely coffee, but still
See,
coffee.
that's exactly what I mean. Is coffee people will not respect your choices for not drinking anything other than just straight black. I'm trying to look at the menu for the 86 online, but they don't appear to have one.
People would probably call me gay for how I like to drink my coffee.
With a million things in it.
No, more like always iced.
Ah, that is very gay.
I mean, I'm not straight. So I've
You're
got that.
definitely not gay.
Yeah, I'm not gay either. I'm ace. Surprise! No, it's not a surprise. For everyone who have been watching this channel since I've.
Anyone who's been keeping up with the lore.
Oh, man. um. Um. Sorry, I'm just, let's see here. Any other routes you take?
Not that I can really think of. I think it's just those ones mainly. I just kind of do on repeat, uh, over and over and over again.
I have a question. Have you ever walked barefoot?
Not in a while. I have before for short distances. Forget why, like my shoes. I think okay, I have like on vacation where it's like a short mile walk to the beach, and like my flip flop got super screwed up and like were very painful to walk in. So like I just kind of ditch them and go barefoot. But I don't usually go barefoot in either like my hometown or where I live currently, because kind of more citier places, and I don't want to step on glass because I've had a glass splinter one time and it was very traumatizing.
Oh, wow. Glass splinter. Oh, man. That does not.
Glass splinter, very bad, and the worst wood splinter I've ever had was horrifyingly large and so painful.
Let's just say I've had to go ahead and pull out quite a bit of splinters in my lifetime. Not on me, but on other people.
My mom bails me out of many a splinters, so she's my goat for that. Although I do have a pair of tweezers at my apartment now, which is very nice for any future splinters.
That's good. Have you ever gotten a splinter on a walk?
Not I mean, sort of, but like nothing bad. Like occasionally you get like a little piece of wood poke you, but like it's easy enough to like through the sock, like you can see it sticking out and you just pull it out. But like nothing like, of like has required tweezers or a flashlight or like any prying at.
That's good. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've sustained any major injuries on a walk. I like should have rolled my ankle like 19 and a half times, but I never have. Like it'll always roll and just kind of tough it out like a champ.
Oh no. Oh man, there's have you ever calculated how fast you walk?
No, but I should. It's a really good idea. I love that kind of nerd math stuff.
And then that question was provided by someone by the name of RC Chan.
RC Chan, it's a great question. I have not. I would have to guess it's like slightly above average, so like 4 miles an hour.
That sounds slow, but then we gotta remember it's on foot.
That's the average human walking speed. 3 miles per hour, but they can be determined by a variety of things. So I'd say like 3 to 5.
Fair enough. But yeah, for me,
the average for men 20 to 29 is 3.04. So I'm gonna stick with 4.
Oh man. Does that number include trans men? Probably not.
I'm going to assume no, because it says sex, male or female.
Because if you were to include trans males or non-binary people, trans non-binary people, I feel like that number would severely slow down because we literally...
It would go down.
Yeah, because of binders.
Binders, not exactly great for the long-distance walking.
Yeah.
Why they don't use them in the old Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Sorry for complaining about binders.
Got a lot of reason to complain.
Yeah. Anyways, have you wait, are you the type of person that would walk through grass, or no, not really? Would you like consider walking through grass, or are you strictly the sidewalk person?
I will cut through grass all the friggin' time. In my park route, there is a section where I just cut through the grass on a hill, and instead of like following the path all the way, I will like cut across a park and a big field to get to to be faster. Mostly just because the place you have to loop around is like way further, and also it's like a bunch of people usually hang out by that hill with dogs. It's like I'm fine with dogs, it's like dog hill, but I don't know. I just like don't like to bump into people on my walks. Also, fun dog hill story, broke my arm on that hill.
Oh no, you broke your arm?
Yeah, crashed my bike. Got a video of it on YouTube. It's very funny.
Oh, do you want to go ahead and post a link to that video, or no?
Oh, absolutely. It's hilarious. 1 second. That was not sarcasm. That was 100% serious.
I'm just imagining. Like, did your arm just completely, like, explode?
No, it's actually not very exciting. Like, I fractured it. But,
Oh, no.
it's like a fractured thing more so it's less so a break, so like bone doesn't pierce the skin, but you get to see me go down a hill slowly in the distance and then fall over, and you get to hear my dad go, "Oh," and then the video stops.
Oh man. Yeah. Did you get your arm like all bandaged up?
I did get a cast. That is, yes.
Anyways, yeah. So what's your thoughts on like biking?
Like it. Don't do it as much as walking, just because it kind of requires more focus. Like you kind of have to pay attention to the road and stuff.
Would you say that
And
biking is more like driving a car in that aspect?
I would in general say that is the case. Hang on, here we go. I got the link. Where do you want me to drop this? Just like my chat with you, and then you can drop it in the.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do that. In general, I
There
kind
you
of
go.
go ahead and give
There's me
people
breaking my wrist.
moderation. But yeah. Is it I noticed how like okay. You want me to put it in? All right. There we go.
Yeah, go for it.
Beep. There's a video of Hat breaking his arm.
It's hilarious. Was so long ago. My God, I was a wee lad.
Oh man. Oh man.
This was the last run too. We were gonna leave, but I was like, one more time, please. But I was like, okay, and then
and then
there goes my wrist.
Arm. Man.
Oh yeah. 2 broken bones? Not a fan, I gotta say. Don't recommend it.
I've never broken my bones, which is very surprising.
Count yourself lucky, my man.
Yeah, I am very lucky in that regard.
Just in the broken bones. In a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Alright, any other questions? Or do we have to unveil your gaming past?
I will go ahead and suck it and ask more questions, I guess.
You can only hide for so long, Pastry.
Oh man. So how is your like, I'm not hiding my gaming past from anybody. It's just one of those things that it doesn't really fit any like at all to the episode, and that's why I don't want to include it. But
so it was totally League of Legends.
STFU/J. Hello, Jeff B. Do you have any questions for us? Before I jokingly, I don't know, man. So do you have any stories about walking in snow?
No, I mean, sort of. Occasionally, like when it snows, my favorite thing to do is the bike or the park route I have includes a lot of hills. So I'll like to, like, when it snows and the ground gets kind of slick and icy, I like to do a little running start and then slide as far as I can, either down the hill or just on the flat.
How do you not end up on your stomach or your butt?
I don't know. You just kind of go surfing stance. You just kind of build up a little bit of speed and then just kind of stop and do a little surf stance. I have almost eaten it many times, but in fact, not that way. I was walking in the woods, at a park nearby, like last year, and like slipped in some mud, completely ate it, just like my entire right side covered in mud. But most of the time, when it's snowy, you get to I get to do my fun little sliding game, and that's the big difference.
I've literally fallen forward so many times due to snow.
I despite the fact that like no one in my hometown ever salted or shoveled the walks, I have eaten it because of snow relatively few times.
Yeah, let's just say I ate it due to snow like 3 times today so far. One of them was in the middle of the street.
Ooh, that's the worst place. I would have died because, my God, Ohio drivers can't do anything.
Let's just say a lot of people were crossing the street, and I was the only dumbass that tripped and fell.
Hey, it's a slippery landscape out there, Pastry.
Yeah. Oh man. Have you ever gotten lost on a walk? Hello.
A
Hello.
little
Okay.
bit.
I thought I lost ya.
I leaned back because I get antsy sitting in the same spot for
Okay, fair
a long
enough.
time.
Same here, but like I'm used to this show.
Yeah, I'm not used to shows this long or
Oh.
that kind of format. But point is, yes, okay, like last year, freshman year of college, I drove out like 20 minutes to do a little bit of hiking in the woods, and like I wasn't like lost. I just like couldn't quite find my way back to where I had parked.
Just so you
But
know, Just so you know, I do count hiking as walking. So.
Yeah, no, that I assumed. I just like it took me a little bit longer than I anticipated to find where I parked my car and like which trail I'd come down to find it.
Fair enough. Have you ever went backpacking?
I have not.
Think you'd ever want to go backpacking?
I'd consider it. I don't really love hiking. Or like camping. I like hiking. I don't like. I feel like backpacking involves camping, and I don't really enjoy camping. I don't like sleeping outside.
I mean, tents exist. Tents exist. So
there's no AC. It's hot. I get muggy. It's not my jam. It's not my jam.
I've literally slept on a deck before. With a mattress.
I get like I like. I'm not out. I do not like sleeping as I don't like sleeping not in air conditioned environments. Air conditioning is my friend. I need it.
Don't worry, it was cold that night too.
I like skiing though.
That I slept in the slept on the deck. Yeah, it's a camp story. Anyways,
I've been camping. It's okay. It's just not quite my jam.
Fair enough. But yeah, what's your thoughts on like day hikes?
Day hikes, big fan of. Just like go to a place and back, get to see some nice scenery, get some good exercise in. I'm a huge fan of like a day of hiking and getting to see some cool stuff. Also, but it's just the overnight sleeping in a tent with getting hot.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Fair enough. But then again, if you're getting hot, then at least it's not too cold. Which I say for everyone else except for myself, because I hate the cold. Hot. I hate.
I've never gone
the heat. My goodness.
Camping in the winter, so it's always been in like Kentucky summers, not exactly cool. So like it's pretty warm, and I don't exactly sleep well in the muggy heat with lots of bugs, and it always seems to rain when I go camping.
Me neither.
Day hikes, totally on board for.
But yeah, let's see here. So I'm guessing backpacking for a week isn't your thing.
Not particularly, unless there's hotels between all the stops. Have gone skiing in Colorado, and that was cool.
You've gone skiing?
I've gone skiing many times in the places near my hometown, but I've gone skiing in Colorado once. It was super cool. It was summer. No, it was like February 2019, my freshman year of high school. I was in Steamboat Springs. It was very cool, very pretty.
Steamboat Springs, alrighty. But yeah, where's your favorite places to hike?
I haven't been hiking in very many exotic places. Okay. Hiking, there's a woods near my grandmother's house that has a trail that I've been on a bunch of times that I really like. Northern California has a lot of cool stuff up there, some very pretty woods, as well as some cool mountains and some nice, like, freshwater springs. Shouts Mount Shasta for that specific one. Pastry, I was accidentally typing because I probably just accidentally hit a key and started typing. I am all good, but thank you for checking in. But yeah, like kind of, I like woodsy stuff, like NorCal. Reminds me of a fun story where we were hiking up in the like Mount Shasta area, and I like jumped into a like mountain runoff lake.
So the question is,
It was very cold.
Does slippers cross country ski or downhill?
I do not. I downhill ski, and I am not that skilled. Like I max out at the blue squares.
Okay.
Cross country skiing, I've heard cool things. Never gotten to try it. I'm afraid.
Have you ever gone snowshoeing?
I have not. I have never been in snow deep enough for snowshoes.
I've done it before, not by choice though.
When I did go skiing in Steamboat, like one of the days it was like blizzarding while I was there, so like I got to like ski on fresh powder, and that was pretty sick. But I've never been in I've never been in a scenario with snowshoes. It doesn't like snow that much down in like the lower part of the Midwest.
I swear, if you were where I'm at, you would need snowshoes to get anywhere right now. If you don't want to go ahead.
Listen, I'm down with snow. I like snow. If it's gonna be this unbearably cold, the least I could get is some snow out of it.
Fair enough. And also that question or the whole skiing question was by Jeff B. I like to go ahead and
shouts out Jeff.
I like to go ahead and I wish I had snowshoes today. Yeah.
But
honestly,
Pastry, favorite place I've ever walked. Northern France beaches, very pretty.
Ooh, that's fair. Like international walking is definitely a better experience.
Europe, known for the city, underratedly has some gorgeous countryside. The French countryside up in the north by the ocean, kind of the English Channel, kind of the Normandy region, very, very pretty.
Oh man,
these like massive cliffs on the beach. Oh, beautiful.
When I was in Scotland, I was shocked at how like pretty everything was. I'm like, why? My brain's like, why can't we have it? Why can't we have it here in the States, man?
The thing is, we actually do have it. You just got to go to the right place.
Yeah.
Like what? The U.S. is like the single most geographically diverse nation on Earth.
Fair enough. Colorado has like its own beauty in it. Like people.
Yeah, it's got some.
People are always come on over here for the mountains.
Snowy mountains. I am a sucker for a good snowy mountain.
Well, oh man.
And Kentucky, underratedly pretty. Ohio's ugly. Ohio's flat cornfields. Kentucky's got some pretty forests and a sick cave.
Oh man. I'm laughing because you kind of you were basically like, Ohio is ugly. But yeah, no.
It has. I'm not an expert of Ohio. I'm sure it's got some nice spots, but to my knowledge, it is not as geographically beautiful. No, that's a lie. It does have some very pretty spots. Shouts my roommate for showing me those. But like Kentucky, underratedly pretty state.
Yeah. I feel like Colorado is known for a lot of hiking, which Hiking is
Yeah, Colorado, big hiking state.
but I honestly don't. I honestly don't really like the whole uneven ground part of hiking. Like it's
That's
just
fair.
like
If you are
my
susceptible
coordination.
to
Continue.
ankle injuries.
My coordination is crap as it is.
Yeah.
I once have sprained my ankle when I have fell down the stairs before.
I actually I've got like no lower body injuries. It's like broken arms, gotten stitches on my face, but no leg or foot injuries.
Hmm. Um. How often do you or like how often have you gotten like injuries due to walking?
Walking, I don't think ever. My major injuries I've gotten, let's see. When I was like 2 or 3, needed stitches in my lip. That was from like smacking my face into the thing that held the TV.
Oh
Broke my arm the
no.
first time. That was just falling on the playground. Um,
That's a very
Second
common.
stitches in the forehead.
That's a very
Sorry.
common injury. Playground related injuries.
Yeah. Second, this was I actually skipped. The second stitches was before first broken arm. We had these big plastic blocks at my preschool that we played with, and like you put them back into a big pile, and I was kind of standing in between some kid and the pile, and he was trying to throw it to the pile, and he missed and hit me in the head instead, so I needed stitches there. Broke the other arm. Got tendonitis in my wrist and got a nice bleach burn on my arm from my job at the pool.
Oh no.
So all of my major injuries, and like those last two weren't very major. Like the tendonitis, I just took it easy for a few days and was right as rain. And the burn hurt, but healed fairly quickly. I've got a scar, which is pretty dope, but no major injuries on the lower extremities, aside from 2 small scars on my knees.
Oh man. If you were to look at me,
Oh, and burns on my fingers when I was younger.
If you looked at my legs in real life, there's like a lot of like bug bite scars because of summertime.
I have 1 scar on each knee. On one knee, I've got like a very faint little tiny scratch from like the climbing room at the JCC at the Jewish Community Center when I was like like in first grade. I think there was like a staple loose or something that I cut myself on, and then the other knee I like crashed my bike and just kind of smashed my knee into the ground, and it sort of looked like someone took a small spoon and just kind of took a scoop out. But both were just kind of band-aided up and healed very quickly.
But yeah, I've definitely tripped and fallen due to like walking before.
Yeah, just like general walking, I have remained surprisingly healthy despite like stepping on uneven ground and like rolling my ankle. It never like twisted or broke.
I've done that before, or like rolled my ankle plenty of times. And I've even rolled my ankle on even ground.
See, that's impressive. That's good stuff right there.
just like I was walking on a literal track from like track and field, and my ankle was just like nope, and rolled.
Yeah.
Just randomly gave out for no reason. Good times. There's a reason why I don't really hike that much, because I'm an accident waiting to happen.
Listen, you just got to do some practice.
Practice walking?
Yeah, just go walk more.
Yeah, fair enough. But then I would trip and fall more on my face.
Listen, you gotta fall to get back up. Okay? Or as we say, go touch grass.
Go touch grass. But it's all covered in snow.
So go dig it out.
Oh man, I'm kidding about that, but yeah, I do touch grass, just not right now because it's covered in snow.
It's also incredibly cold, so hard pass. Even I'm not doing a ton of walking.
I mean, I kind of have to walk tomorrow to IRL obligations, so I'm kind of SOL on that one.
Ah, yes. You make an excellent point.
I sprained my ankle in a graveyard. Graves settle, who knew?
One time, have you ever heard of the like directions app Waze? It was popular like
Oh yeah, yes I have.
10 years ago. Like gave crazy wild directions. It directed like me and my family like into a graveyard and like to some person's grave one time. It's just like we were just like at some grave, and it was like you have arrived at your destination, and we were like,
really.
yep.
So, so yeah, do you have any other interesting walking stories?
Honestly, not really. It's relatively uneventful. Like, it's 95% of the time. It's like 99% of the time. It's just like me walking the same route, listening to my same football podcast, just kind of giggling to myself. The most interesting thing that happens is, like anytime I go onto Bardstown Road, I will almost always see my friend Rosemary. She's just always out at the exact same time I am. And I'll just look down the street and be like, is that Rosemary? And then I'll come close and I'll be like, it is Rosemary.
That,
So that's about the most interesting thing that happens.
What are you calling creepy, Jeff B?
I hope Rosemary and not me.
Oh man. Like you don't like go ahead and like time when Rosemary's gonna be out.
It's not intentional, I swear.
Oh man. Shoot, I forgot what I was going to ask. It's a very bad interviewer thing of me, aren't I? Isn't it?
You need pastry. Search your soul.
Oh man. There's a lot of stuff inside my soul. Oh wait, I think it's because
That is true.
I think it was because you went to some random person's grave. I think was the creepy thing.
We didn't choose to go to some grave. Blame whoever programmed Wave.
I still can't believe that happened. And yet
Was not intentional at all. Was not trying to do all that.
Oh man. Have you ever like just went the wrong way during walking?
Yes, I have occasionally tried to do like new routes or like take a different turn than I normally do, and most of the time it does not go where I thought it was, and I end up just like going back the way I came because I can't figure out how to get back. So I just kind of made it slightly longer for myself for no reason.
So when it comes to like when you go ahead and walk, do you prefer the loop routes, or do you prefer the routes where you go somewhere and then go back?
I like loops. It's very easy to just like go into a loop and then just kind of circle around and then like bada bing, bada boom, you're done. You nailed it. Like it's hard to like go and turn back if it's a loop. It just kind of locks you into your stuff.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just trying to think. So, what's your what's your favorite thing to walk on as far as like a sidewalk, grass, snow?
I like a little bit of ice or snow because sometimes it's fun to do my little slidey thing. Next is probably just like some good concrete, like a well-kept sidewalk, something that's like not full of lumps and holes, and some place where cars are not allowed to go because drivers real bad and will try and hit me. So if I can avoid them, I much prefer to do that. So like usually concrete just gets flat, it's dry, and I can avoid.
So you
Like grass is fine,
yeah.
but like it has to be dry because otherwise my feet get wet and it's very annoying.
For whatever reason, I don't mind if my feet get wet for some reason.
Oh, I'm not a fan of the wet feet, like the whole wet socks thing.
Wet socks, I understand. But yeah, let's see. Where's so like can you explain to me like your favorite place to walk some more?
Sure. Okay. So my favorite place would probably be the.
Whoops. Something fell off my desk. Continue.
My favorite place would probably be the park route, and for that one, I basically like kind of walk like a mile down from my house to get to the top of it, and then I just kind of descend down a hill into like a road surrounded by woods, and one half is like a one-way car place, and then the other half of the road is for pedestrians and cyclists only. So I just kind of go through this road surrounded by woods, and like intersecting all of this, there's like dirt trails if you want to go that route. And then I just kind of follow the loop, and like it crosses some streams. I exit out into some flat grassy areas at times. I will there's a lot of hills. It's a very hilly walk, so I get some nice elevation, and it's just kind of mostly a road in a forest, and I kind of see some trees. There's water fountains periodically, so I can refill my water bottle, get some nice views, get some nice shade if it's hot, or if it's rainy, I can have some escape from the rain.
That's good.
Some water. So just kind of general, like minor scenery.
Do you always take your water bottle on walks?
Yes, every walk I bring a drawstring backpack which contains my water bottle, my earbuds case, my inhaler, usually my wallet, and that is about it. Occasionally a portable charger if my phone is very low when I'm leaving, or like other things if I am running a specific errand. But usually those are the fundamentals are the water bottle, inhaler, earbuds.
Oh man, I just realized how I asked that question. I literally asked it as if I expected you to put it on a leash and walk it. Did you notice that?
I did not. I thought you were. I think you're overthinking that one, but fair enough.
Because I'm like, do you always take your water bottle on? Do you always take your water bottle on walks? Think about how
I take my water bottle.
Think about how I asked that. Yeah.
I see it now. Hearing you say it the second time, I see your vision. But I take it everywhere just because I get thirsty and it keeps me hydrated.
Yeah, that's good.
And plus, it has cool stickers on it.
What is the longest walk/hike you've ever been on?
One day, probably like 10, 15 miles. I don't remember the exact details of why or how it happened. I assume my parents were making us walk places, like maybe on vacation or something there, and we just had to kind of walk a lot of places. And I'm sure I was fairly tired at the end, but it's helpful to be able to walk a fair distance, just because sometimes you got to be going places.
That's fair.
So probably like 15 miles in one day is my peak.
15 miles in one day? I don't remember my answer, but then again, I'm not the one being interviewed, so haha, I don't have to.
Also, going back to a previous question of cool places I've hiked, Bumpus Hell in California. It's a place with like kind of like natural hot springs. It's very cool.
Ooh, I do like some good hot springs. They're good to just
so it's like it's almost like discount Yellowstone.
Fair enough. Let's see here. There's so many places that have hot springs in Colorado.
Yeah, you've got a lot more wildernessy things.
Yeah, have you ever been to any national parks?
I've been to Mammoth Cave National Park, and that is about it. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I've also been what was cooler as I went to a place called Carter Caves State Resort Park. That was very cool. I got to go in a cave called the Bat Cave. Got to tread through neck deep cave water. It was dope. Very cold. But that's Mammoth Cave is my only national park, but it's not even my favorite cave I've been in.
So what's all the different caves you've been in?
I forget, I just like in one of the main caves of like Mammoth Cave. I forget which specific one it was, but just like kind of one of the general touristy ones. And then in Carter Cave, there's like the easiest walk, which is called Cascade Cave, and that like has like an actual paved path for you to go through and lights in the cave for you to get to see. So it's just like very touristy, very easy, not very difficult at all. Very pretty, very cool. And at one of the points, they turn off the lights just so you can see how dark it is. Fun darkness fact. There are 3 places on Earth where total darkness occurs naturally, and that is the bottom of the ocean, the floor of the Amazon rainforest at nighttime, and a cave. So inside of a cave with no lights, very dark. Cascade Cave also has a like inside the cave waterfall, also very cool and sexy. My favorite cave though was the Bat Cave, which is named because it has a bunch of tiny bats, which are adorable, I may say.
Man, I do not think bats are adorable because of a story that I will go ahead and say for a video. Let's just say, long story short, bats kicked me and kicked out like half of our unit out of like our like sleep, half of our like out of a building where we slept. Like there was like 2 like
Rachel, I'm so sorry. I'm going to interrupt you because I have to step away for 1 second to move this heater outside so my roommate can take it.
You're good. Anyways, I'm taking over for a bit. But yeah, I do have a lot of camp stories that I have got to think about putting into scripts and putting them out. But you know, which I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I'm just gonna make the announcement now of please fill out my channel survey so that I can know, like, I'm not gonna send you guys the video, but so that I can know like what videos have been doing well and which ones, like, and everything that with like just like let me know some video ideas at least. There we go. Beep.
I have returned. Would you like more information about the Batcave?
I would like to finish my Bat-tastic experience. So we had like 2
Yes.
We had like 2 cabins and whatnot. one of the like the bats literally took over, and we all had to squish into one cabin, which was during COVID, which meant that like we weren't running at full capacity, so we did it. But like one of our counselors tried to go ahead and sleep in the back cabin alone, but they ended up going into our cabin with like two mattresses on on the floor because we didn't have enough beds for like everyone to have a bed um in that cabin because we were supposed to have two, but the bats took it over. And yeah, anyways, continue about your bat cave story.
So Bat Cave is a little bit more of like real caving, where like you get wet. There's no like artificial lights, so everyone has headlamps on, and there is one crawling section. It's still not like it's not very technical at all. It's like still pretty beginner friendly, like just as long as you're comfortable getting wet and getting on your hands and knees at one point. So that was very cool to like kind of feel like I'm doing some real caving. And then we got to do little extracurriculars. So you only have to get as wet as like knee deep, as like deep as you have to go for the like to get as far into the cave as you go to like see all the bats. Which fun bat fact, I forget which.
I have a question. So is it like knee deep in general or your knee deep?
My knee deep.
Okay.
My roughly knee deep. And it's only for stretches. Okay. So like the entire cave is not full of water. It's just like little stretches you have to get through some water.
Okay, because like my that would probably be my waist-ish deep.
Yeah, waist-ish. But like it doesn't get very deep. The deepest parts are optional. So there was like a little optional section that's like neck height. And when I say neck height, like I'm crouching. So like there's enough space like between the top of the water, like in this little passage, that like there's enough space between the water and the ceiling for like a human head and a little bit of leeway. So like I'm kind of crouched down and like lean to the side with my head up, kind of going through neck deep water, which I just did because it was a fun little extracurricular. And then another one where you climb down into like chest deep water. It's called a toilet hole. I forget exactly what it looks like, but it's a fun name, and obviously I had to go into the cave called the toilet hole. Because, I don't know, legendary. It's dope. I had to. But that was the like more intense caving, but it was very fun, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. And I feel like I had something else to say about it, but now I can't remember. Caves also cold.
Spelunking is cool, says Jeff B. Anyways,
hard disagree. Anything exploring random caves, bad. Splunking, bad. Scuba diving, bad. Scuba diving in caves, very bad.
Oh man. My parents scuba dive.
That's my hot take. If you're a cave diver, you're an insane person. And please get a new hobby before you die.
Oh man. I'm guessing you weren't sarcastic there.
No, listen, I have binged many scary, interesting YouTube video over the past few days. So I am deeply terrified of cave diving.
Fair enough.
I am fully aware of the many ways you can die down there.
Yeah. So
that's my opposite of a hobby.
The don't do it. Oh,
yes, that's my one activity that you will never make me do under any circumstances.
But yeah, I don't scuba dive because of coordination issues.
I don't because I'm afraid now after learning all the ways it can go horribly wrong.
Hello, Mr. Waffles. Do you have any questions for our dear friend Hat Slippers?
That's an incredible name.
Or my dear friend.
Listen, any viewer of Pastry is a friend of me.
Mr. Waffles is also a YouTuber too. But anyways, so to go ahead and like totally like veer off of like our current walking topic and going into a different walking topic, have you ever went on a picnic?
Yes, but it's been a very long time because you may have learned that I don't get hose. So I have not gone on like a picnic date, only like with
You don't
my
need a
family.
date to go on a picnic. That's bull.
I just don't go on picnics very often. Like I've been like once on like a family outing, like a long time ago, I think, and that's about it. Like I do not go um I don't go on picnics very often, really. I walk a lot, but not really picnics.
Here's the thing. You don't need to go on a romantic picnic. You can go on an aromantic picnic if you wanted to.
No, you can go on aromantic picnics. That's just like not what I usually do with my friends. We're not particularly picnickies.
Have you ever like in your like park walking, have you ever like just like observed what else was going on in the park?
I have snooped on people a little bit. Not a lot really. Just like a lot of people jogging. I'll see some other people on picnics and I'm like, "Oh, that's fun. Good for them." I'll see like there's like a one little like swimming well in one of the creeks with like a big rock and a rope swing that people like to play on. I'll often see like as I walk past that like families playing there and I'm like glad they're having fun. I would not go in that creek now. It is very dirty, but if they're having fun, that's what matters.
That's good. But yeah, like I didn't know if you were like mostly like in your own mind, in your own world while you took your walks, or if you just like walked and if you walked and like just looked at everything that was around you.
Nah, I'm mostly in my own world. Like I've had times where like I've hung out with friends like in the evening, like after I've been walking, and they'll be like, "Oh, I saw you walking in the park today. You were laughing," and I was like, "Dude, I looked like a fool."
Oh man.
Occasionally, I'll be like laughing to myself at what I'm listening to, and then I'll be like, "No, I have to look stoic. I got to impress them." I don't know who them is, but that's my thought process there.
Oh man, so you get embarrassed whenever you see people, during your walks?
Oh, very much so.
Oh man. Why would you get embarrassed? Why wouldn't you be like, "Hello. Hello, old buddy, old friend, old pal of mine." I forgot how that went.
Yeah.
Buddy, old pal.
I usually am fairly awkward when I run into people with the what do I call it? When I run into people I know when I'm on walks.
Fair enough. Um, is it because like you're like in your like space or whatever, and then like someone's like, "Hello there, hat slippers."
Yeah, it's like in my own little. I'm kind of in my own little world. Like I was kind of planning on being by myself, and then I run into someone I know, and I'm like, "Oh shit! I was not expecting to have to interact with any other human beings, but alas, here we are."
Have you ever had to be like, I don't feel like talking right now to a friend?
I don't usually do that. I usually just say like a polite hi, like "How you doing? Good." Crazy running into you, and then I'd be like, and then I just kind of start like slowly moving away, and it's like, "Oh, I gotta go. It's crazy running into you."
Yeah, I feel like I'd be the type of person who would go ahead and like see someone I know and then like talk until somehow the sun is going down.
Yeah, I try and find a middle ground of like not being trapped forever, but also like trying to be nice about leaving because I am a chronic people pleaser.
In general, I try to not leave in the middle of a conversation unless I like absolutely have to go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
Even then, I try to be polite about it.
No, I am in agreement with you on that one.
But yeah, so like do you like to go ahead and like walk to restaurants then eat and then like go somewhere else after that?
I will walk to like Starbucks and get a drink. I'll walk to like bakeries and get a snack. I'll walk to like coffee shops and get like a pastry, ironically enough. But
Pastry?
I don't listen, I'm a huge pastry fan, not just the human person, but the food as well.
Yeah, oh man. Like just thinking about my name, like whenever someone says pastry as in like the food, I sometimes like respond. And I'm like, "Oh, you
That's
weren't talking about me. Whoops."
But sometimes like not super often, but occasionally I'll walk somewhere and get like fast food or something. But usually like I don't walk to like get a meal.
That's what I usually do. I
Well, it's what I
usually
did
walk
when
so I get food.
that was I mean like that was when I lived on campus, like I'd walk to the dining hall like during finals week last week when I wanted to use up the last of my meal swipes, I'd walk to the dining hall. But now that I am off a meal plan and just kind of in my apartment, I'll drive to Kroger. That's like to buy a big thing of groceries, and then I'll make foods here.
Oh man, like oh my goodness gracious. Like I forgot I think this was on Monday, but I literally or no, wait, no. It wasn't on Monday. Maybe it was last Monday, but yeah, I ended up having to lug like two full bags of uh two full bags of groceries home. That
We
that wasn't the funnest thing I've ever done.
no, it doesn't sound particularly awesome.
Like I had like one bag full of those protein shakes, and I also had like a bag full of vegetables too.
Oh yeah. It's like lugging groceries from the parking garage to my apartment isn't fun. Like I remember like trying to carry a big thing of bottled water from like the Kroger that was like a couple of blocks from my dorm last semester, and that was sucked. Just because bottled water is heavy.
Yeah, I don't get bottled water because there's like places to fill up water bottles, and I also don't like the taste of the plastic
I don't
water bottles
either
that
because I'm in an apartment now and I have tap water.
mm-hmm. The dorm tap
This
just
water
isn't
bottle is
it. The dorm tap just isn't it.
yeah, absolutely. That's why I didn't drink dorm tap. I am not trusting the water coming out of Dabney.
I've literally put a water filter on my dorm water sink. I am that
Listen,
person.
I'm too lazy for that. I do not care. If it's cold and doesn't immediately poison me, I will chug that shiz.
Sounds like a lot of sounds like a lot of solo walking for slippers. Do you sometimes walk in groups? Like I noticed that's this is a Jeff B question. But but like as far as like group walking goes, have you ever walked with like a group of people or was it just like you and one other person?
Like me and two other people max. The only like group walking I've done is when you're forced to like walk the mile in school, but that's about it. Maybe once I'm a little older, like into my 40s, I'll find a nice group of ladies to do some group walking with. But for the main time, it's mostly like walking is my me time.
Why do you specifically say ladies?
Just because I'm specifically referencing in the television show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Jake and Captain Holt are exiled to Florida to be in witness protection because Jimmy Figgis, a crime boss, is threatening to kill them. And in Florida, in witness protection, Captain Holt befriends a walking group of 3 older ladies in like their 60s or 70s. So when you say walking group, I was specifically picturing those 3 older ladies.
Okay. Because like I just got a little thrown off by that.
No, I referencing a television show in my own brain without giving any of you guys context.
Fair enough. Most people who are in my base tend to go ahead and, or like in the batch, tend to go ahead and watch more cartoony things. No walkathons.
Listen. I am down with cartoons. I love the Owl House. All right.
Funny you say that because there's a lot of Owl House fans in my base, in my fan base.
Not surprised. Goes hard. Shouts Lumity.
I'm like I thought that you said not shocked because I'm a queer animator and that's a queer show.
Well, I mean, that's also part of it. Listen, we got any She-Ra fans in here?
Probably. But
did I hear inside job?
Do you ever okay, so no walkathons.
Not particularly, not my thing.
What does walkathon mean? I forgot.
Beats me.
Oh man, that reminds me of that one Insta reel that just describes me as a person to a T. That I think I've shown it to you, but anyways,
you probably
afraid not. Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you after this show, but I think walkathons are like a
it's like a fundraiser.
Yeah. I've done
participants raise money by No, I think I've done a walkathon. My friend's high school, Catholic high school called St. X, they did like a walkathon for Down syndrome or something, and I joined him on that. And I'm actually in the picture of like all the boys from that class at this Catholic school that I did not go to. It's one of my favorite pictures of me because like I was like not planning to be in the picture and I just got directed into it and I was like, okay, I'm doing this because this is hilarious.
That's funny.
But like it's just like everyone else is like the boy who goes to Catholic school with like very short hair and then I've got like shoulder length hair.
Oh man, yeah, you do have long hair. Hence the
big time.
Hence the character that I drew. Of
it's a flattering description. I think I feel like you've captured my essence well.
Yeah, I do tend to do a pretty good job of like catching what people look and act like in a character.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't make me look too ugly, which I appreciate.
What do you mean by too ugly, my good man?
Nah, you made me look very handsome, which I appreciate. You could have made me look like a stack of bricks, and you did not do that. So classic Pastry kindness dub.
Yeah, I don't try to make characters look bad. Even the villains, I don't even make the villains look bad.
Now that's some dedication to taking the high road, people.
Yes, indeed. I didn't even think about asking about charity walks and walkathons.
It would have made sense, although it also wouldn't have gotten a very interesting... Actually, I would have given you the story about the one St. X walkathon where I bombed one of their pictures in it, and that one I think is kind of funny. I'm trying to find that picture now. I don't think the audience can see it, but I might show you, Pastry, just because I think it's really funny. And also, I want to see it for myself and laugh.
If you find it, you're just gonna send it to me through DMs. I don't think, and unless you wanted me to, I don't think I would show the like on air. Sometimes I've shown things
No, no, no.
sent on air, but yeah.
I'm sure your audience is full of lovely people, but I don't know them that well.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, this is definitely it. I can't tell which one of these is me, though.
Fair enough. But, oh, man.
September 2019.
So, have you ever been?
Oh, there I am.
Have you ever been to other charity walks or no?
Not that I can remember, just this one. Hunger Walk. I lied. It was the Hunger Walk. They raised more than $3,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I forgot they were called. I forgot they were called walkathons. I just personally call them charity walks.
I mean, they mean the same thing.
I'm just like, I don't know. There's also like relay races, which are more running than walking.
Yeah. I think my brother did some relay races when he did track. I did cross country, never did track.
I did
running, not nearly as fun as walking.
I did a track back in middle school. I tripped over a hurdle.
Yeah.
I
should have done track because I'm a way better sprinter than I am like cross country runner.
Oh man, I tripped so hard on a hurdle once, and I'm like, I'm never doing hurdles again.
Oh, I would never even attempt hurdles. That looks frickin' impossible.
Oh man, just like I jumped over one. I couldn't like run and jump at the same time though. That's the thing.
Like just looking at pictures of hurdlers, like the form they do is completely ridiculous.
And you're even tall, and you say that you would.
Well, do they not like? I mean, wait, why did they make you do hurdles? You are short people are not as good at hurdles. It's harder.
They wanted me to try it.
It feels like bullying. They were setting you up to fail.
I mean, I wanted to. Okay, I think it was one of those like I want to try it once.
All right, I suppose. One of those you got to do it before you die.
Yeah, like I was there anyway. Oh man, like you wouldn't even believe how heavy a shot put is.
I would not. Like I said, have not done the old track. Did cross country, was not great. Always finished strong. I was a hell of a sprinter at the end of it, but not particularly good at the distance aspect. But stamina.
Yeah, I
get tired easily.
Oh man, yeah. I think I almost threw out my shoulder when I threw a shot put before. It was basically like throwing a very heavy metal ball.
Don't have any shoulder injuries, I think, so I've
not yet anyway.
Dodged that one, which that is a threat, and I will be calling the police, Pastry. So prepare for federal prison.
No, please don't call the police on me.
Prison sentence for conspiracy to commit murder.
Please, I'm not gonna murder you.
Oh, life imprisonment, Pastry. That's tough, buddy. That's tough.
So you say.
Listen, Pastry, you're doing 2 to 10 and your kids are going to social services.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a little too far right now for a joke. Sorry. You're good. Like I was just saying for now because something could happen later in life.
Oh, I'm sure I'll get some fun injury in my 30s just by like tripping and I'll break a rib like an old person.
Oh man. But yeah, please don't go ahead and think I'm like threatening you in any way.
No, I was fully kidding.
Okay. I couldn't tell. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell in person, it's even worse over phone.
right, yeah. Anyways, now it's time for closing announcements. Do you have any closing announcements?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It was a fun time.
Yeah, I'm grateful for having you on the show. But yeah, anyways, my closing announcement is I'm going to go ahead and I'm still working on the 2023 was that year video. It's like since 2023 was such a bad year, it's taken me a while emotionally for me to make the 2023 was that year video, even though like I know I don't have to do it because I don't have to do anything on the channel, but it's like a channel tradition. So I'm currently still working on the 2023 was that your video TAS or the animation station. Like I know it says is not his channel, but I'm announcing it anyway because he's my best friend here on this platform. But the animation station is going to be is going to go ahead and be making videos again. So please go ahead and I even got a sneak peek for a thumbnail too. So he's
Woo! Shouts the goat.
So he's going to go ahead and do like videos again. I'm super hyped about it. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and paste his channel link in my chat because I can do what I want here. As long as it's within law, I guess. I could do illegal stuff, but that wouldn't go over very well. And then after the 2021 was that your video, I'm gonna make a video on like what happened between like between like August and then the rest of the year, because I feel like I just need to make like do those stories justice, even though they're not the best ones. And yeah, hat slippers, do you have an outro? Hello, yes.
I hope I wasn't too boring. I appreciate you guys letting me ramble for 2 hours.
Alrighty, yeah. You want to know what would be so funny?
No outro. We just do it forever.
No. If I asked my guest if they had an outro and then they stole mine and they said it 100% perfectly.
That would be very funny.
Good show. Thank you for the participation, Slippers. But yeah. Anyways,
thank you again for having me. Hope I can make it back.
I have you booked for another slot. I did tell you about that. But yeah.
Yes, anyways, I have it in my calendar.
But yeah, I have it in mine too. Anyways, I literally have a specific show calendar because I'm that person. I would forget who had what weeks if I didn't have it. And I've accidentally I've accidentally double booked slots before. And it wasn't like
act show.
Man. It's not perfect. It's not purposefully.
No, I'm just teasing you.
But yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna go with my outro and say I platonically love you, Mud Donut Bat.